Good afternoon, Standard 8 students. Now we come to know that Macbeth has come to know about his own future. But the moment he asks about the future of Banquo's son Fleance, then the child spirits were unable to answer. In fact, the cauldron disappeared, they also disappeared. Now, which the disappearing and no answer coming from the child spirit, that made Macbeth very angry, were all bloody and dreadful. The first thing he heard when he got out of the witch's cave was that Macduff, Thane of Fife, had fled to England to join the army which was forming against him under Malcolm. So that was one bad news he received when he left the witch's cave. The eldest son of the late king, with intent to displace Macbeth and set Malcolm, the right heir, upon the throne. Macbeth's tongue with rage set upon the castle of Macduff and put his wife and children, whom the Thane had left behind, to the sword, and extended the slaughter to all who claimed the least relationship to Macduff. Now his first attack was to go and kill Macduff, but since he heard that Macduff had already fled and joined Malcolm's army, which was now raising to go against Macbeth. So when he reached Macduff's castle, he killed his wife and his children. And he also declared, whosoever is close to Macduff, they will also be slaughtered, means they will be killed mercilessly. Now, after this action of Macbeth, these and such like deeds alienated the minds of all his chief nobility from him, such as could fled to join with Malcolm and Macduff. Now, after he performed this deed by killing Macduff's wife and children and all, so some of the nobles, some of his officers, they also did not like this action of Macbeth. So what they did was, they left Macbeth and they joined Malcolm's army, because they felt now Macbeth has gone crazy. Now he's only killing people just of his anger. He does not know in which way Banquo's sons will be the king after him. Who were approaching with a powerful army which they had raised in England, and the rest secretly wished success to their arms. Though for fear of Macbeth, they could make no active part. His recruits went on slowly. Everybody hated the tyrant. Nobody loved or honored him, but all suspected him, and he began to envy the condition of Duncan, whom he had murdered, who slept soundly in the grave, against whom treason had done his works. Still, no poison, domestic malice, no foreign levies could hurt him any longer. Now, when he performed this act, he found many of his people leaving him. Okay. And then everyone began to hate and disrespect Macbeth and spoke ill of him. And now Macbeth was very troubled. And he was thinking about King Duncan. So now King Duncan is peacefully sleeping in his grave with no tension, no disturbances, no malice, no poison, no enemies, and very peacefully. And see me, I am the king, but now I cannot get sleep. I am not mentally at peace. Okay. I am being troubled. So here he is very jealous that King Duncan is now sleeping peacefully and he is being troubled. And especially the person whom he had murdered. While these things were acting, the queen, who had been the sole partner in his wickedness, in whose bosom he could sometimes seek a momentary repose from those terrible dreams which afflicted them both nightly, died, it is supposedly by her own hands, unable to bear the remorse of guilt and public hate, by which event she was left alone, without a soul to love or care for him, or a friend to whom he could confide his wickedness purposes. Now what happened? Now everyone began to condemn and blame Macbeth and his wife. Now his wife could not bear the shame, the disgrace. Okay. And Macbeth, who was very fond of his wife, and his wife was a kind of a wife who would help him whenever he would be in trouble or whether he's getting those attacks. And she would very intelligently solve all the kind of problems. Now she also began to take a hatred to her own self, because the shame and the disgracefulness that they have brought to themselves. They couldn't sleep. Both of them were badly affected with this act of Macbeth and the ambition of becoming the king. It costed them a lot. And so Lady Macbeth, when she was left alone, she choked herself to death. So that is how Lady Macbeth had committed suicide, by killing her own self, because she could not bear the insult and the shame, the hatred of the public. Now Macbeth was left all by himself. Now he had nobody for whom he could share his problems, his views, his endeavors, his sadness, his happiness. Now nobody was there to help him also, or to advise him, or he should spare some time with somebody so that he would not feel lost. But now he was left all alone and all by himself. He grew careless of life and wished for death. But the near approach of Malcolm's army roused in him what remained of his ancient courage, and he determined to die, as he expressed it, with armors on his back. Besides this, the hollow promises of the witches had filled him with false confidence, and he remembered the sayings of the spirits, that none of woman's born was to hurt him, and that he was never to be vanquished till Birnam Wood should come to Dunsinane, which he thought could never be. So he shut himself up in his castle, whose impregnable strength was such as defied a siege. Here he suddenly waited the approach of Malcolm. Now, ever since he being left alone, he was wishing that he should also die. But when he heard that Malcolm is already marching towards his castle and they want to have a battle, so now being a great general, so the spirit of battle came into him, that courage, that boldness. So he was anticipating for Malcolm. Now he said, now I will fight. Now on what condition is he going to fight? Because remember, he was succumbed to the prophecies of the three witches. The promises that they made, it had come true. So now he expected that the prophecies made by the child spirits, they will also turn out to be true. Because one of them told him, none born from a woman could hurt you or vanquish you. So he says, here I am now, I'll fight. because no man born from a woman can hurt me. So now he shut himself in his own castle and he was waiting for Malcolm to approach him. Then they would have a clash. They would fight against each other, knowing the fact that nobody can harm him now. There are two great things. Strange things should happen, only then Macbeth can die. One is no man born from a woman can have the rights to kill him. And the second one is, the impossible one is, that how come Burnham Forest leave from its original place and move to Dunsinane Hill. So, keeping these two child spirits prophecy, now he decided to fight back. First, he was feeling lonely, deserted, that people were hating him, condemning him, blaming him, and all that. Then his wife died, so he thought of killing himself. He wanted that. But when Malcolm decided to come and fight with him or kill him, take out revenge, so he said that means the spirit of warfare had come into him. Then keeping what the child spirits have told him. So then he said, let me go ahead. Now comes, I should finish up this part. When upon a day there came a messenger to him, pale and shaking with fear. When somebody is very frightened, their face becomes pale and they start trembling. Almost unable to report that which he had seen, for he revered but as he stood upon his watch. On the hill he looked towards Burnham, and to his thinking, the wood began to move. So he came to report to Macbeth that while I was keeping guard on the hill and I was looking towards Burnham Forest, and it appeared to me as if Burnham Forest is moving. So that Macbeth couldn't believe. He called him a liar, he called him a slave. Says, if this piece of information is false, then I will slaughter you or I will hang you on the tree till you die of starvation. Okay, I'll keep it till here. And today is your test. Learn the word meanings and a few questions will come from inside the story. Oh, that depends. Okay, thank you.